So Rita is letting me know that I need a look. The look of love is... No, here's the deal. And usually I would get defensive about that. You know, not a lot, but I said, okay. And then I went, really? What does that mean? But then I opened up the door and it just all flew out. All the many choices I have for a look. And that I presently don't have one. So this isn't anywhere near what's on this paper, so that's okay. Here's the deal. So she said, first of all, start wearing some shirts that are a little more form-fitting. Just, you know, they give you kind of a thinner look than what? Wearing a tent? Is that what you're trying to tell me? So this is more information than you need on a Sunday when you come for inspiration. But what I want to tell you about that moment is, anyway, so she said, what happened to that shirt I bought you a long time ago? I said, I don't think I really fit in it lately. And so I went and she goes, no, I think you better, you know. So I put it on and went, okay, I get it. So here's the deal about listening and making choices. At first I felt like, so all this time you thought I did not have a look, and I started, you know, and I started getting ego-minded, you know, and then I went, everything is here to serve me, and I'm intending with 3 books that I'll be having out in 2025 now, to have a presence, and it starts with inside, by the way. You can't have an outside look without having it inside first. So the title of our talk today is do you remember all you can eat smorgasbords in like Vegas? It's like, if you ever want to know who somebody is, take them to all you can eat. Because then you'll see what it's all about. And so there's many ways of looking at it. So today is about all you can choose. And you don't gain a pound from it either. Unless, of course, you choose the smorgasbord. But what I like about that idea is when we're choosing our thoughts, we don't have to do it in one sitting like we do when I would go to Vegas and there would be the smorgasbord and people would think, well, if I don't eat, then I'll be able to put more in. I mean, it's quite it's a bit frantic for me, this idea of how do I get it all in one sitting. And I think sometimes we feel that when we're making a choice that we have to make all those choices right now. And I'm saying that isn't necessarily. This week, we did this convention, and first of all, I want to thank you for your, for both of us, for your constant not being afraid to reveal the current status of where we are in our lives. It's actually so admirable that you would come up in front of people and just say, this is what I experienced. I was vulnerable, and I made another choice. That's to be applauded, actually. So we were at this convention, and its theme was boundless. I love that idea. Boundless. Boundless energy, and this idea that when you come from a place of love, that energy, like we were talking about in the land, the boundless, that means all potentiality is there, all possibilities. Have you ever felt ever in your life choiceless? I have felt choiceless at times in my life. Or I didn't have a choice. That's why I had to do that. I had to make a living. I didn't have a choice. I'm going to let you know I've been in a lot of jobs that I didn't feel good in them. But I made a choice. You ain't taking me down, man. I remember when I sold shoes next to a smorgasbord, man. You learn a lot about people and their feet. I'm going to let you just know right out of the gate. Here it's a little different. But I went, I need a job. And I said, okay. And then, you know, I didn't know I had a choice. Do you need a job? They go, yeah, we'll hire you. Okay. What do I do? Sell shoes. And I had to make a choice, because, feet aren't my favorite things, just right out of the gate, even at 19 when I did the job. But here's the thing, but I had a choice. But you know what I had a choice? My mom said, do you like your job? I said, no, but I'm going to choose to love it. Because you know why? And I ended up top shoe salesman of the, yes, I did. I said, if I'm going to be trapped here for 8 hours, I'm going to choose to make some money, and I'm going to choose to be good to the people. And I'm going to let you in on an inside secret because everyone's looking. If you are a size 7 shoe, if you're a size 10, it's not a 7. It really isn't. I'm just letting everyone know out of the gate. So I had to choose to lie a little bit. They run really small. They do, because I remember, or babies and all that. I mean, it's like, but I remember choosing, and when I quit to go to another job, I remember them being so disappointed because my mom said, see, I told you, if you did this job, you would love it. I said, she goes, how do you feel now? I still don't love it, but I loved it while I did it. And that's the most important thing. You notice our motorcycle people are back. That's really cool. So today, one of the things I'm asking myself about choices is, what's your story? We all have a story, don't we? Oh boy, I wrote a book about my story. But here's the thing about the story. That's just the events of your life. The story is much deeper. It's what you feel about your story. I could have had a story of coming home every day at 19 going, is this my life? Shoes, people not cleaning their socks, shoes, and all of that. Or I could have said, you know what? These are people. And I learned more about people than I did with the thousands of dollars that I spent on my college education. Because I'm going to tell you, when you are down on your knee putting people's shoes on, it's a very subservient feeling for a moment. And I'm thinking to myself, I have not talked about shoes in so long doing this job, because it was a while ago. And it was gallon camps, if anybody ever shopped at gallon camps. And so we have a story, and that can be my story. But what I'm thinking is, life, I just heard this from Michael Beckwith, he said, life is pretty neutral until we attach our meaning to it. And I thought, yes. Until we attach our meaning to it. Oh, you should have seen us on Thursday night. Oh my God, such meaning with this person that jumped in on that Zoom call. And I felt the exact same way. I felt unsafe, but I do that inner child work, if you all know that. And I had to go inside and say, you're scared, aren't you? That's what this was. Her little girl was scared. Somebody was threatening her. Somebody was threatening me. And so wouldn't it be wonderful if we can just go, I'm scared. And take that little one and just go, you know what? I am too, but I got you. Yeah. Alex Ellie says, you're not a victim for sharing your story. You are a survivor setting the world on fire with your truth. And you never know who needs your light, your warmth, and your raging courage. Deserves repeating. You're not a victim for sharing your story. You are a survivor setting the world on fire with your truth. And you never know who needs your light, your warmth, and raging courage. And I got a letter the other day, and then I'm going to do a little exercise with you and get you all out of here. before 5. Yeah. I learned something about the idea that it's not enough to just believe it. We need to feel it. And there's even more. Does that make sense? I believe that God is all there is. Now let's go beyond the words. Beyond the words. God is all there is. And I have to believe that, not just on special occasions. If God is all there is, that sounds really good, but then I have to what? I have to not only believe it, but in science, we verify. So I'm making kind of a life out of, last week I said, I want to be an uplifter. You know, we call it the influencers. But I'm telling you, I want to be an uplifter. Because God is all there is great, except the fact that when you're in terror, God somehow slipped out the back door and he'll be back later. He, she, it. Right? God is all there is until we're cyber attacked. Ooh, God will be back soon, I hope. So the key is to not only believe it, but to accept it and to embody it. Embody it. That's when we walk around, and it takes, you know, you're not going to like the word, but it's going to take practice. I'm sorry, I would love to say that this is a one and done philosophy. I would love to say it, but it's not. It means I make a choice to live my life a certain way, and now I'm going to go about proving that it works. I'm going to go around proving that love is the way through. I'm going to go and I'm going to prove it, not by you doing something that I tell you to do or what to do. I'm going to do it by being love. And then they're going to say, ooh, what's wrong with Patrick? You know, he's not getting all defensive or anything. Ooh, what's wrong with him? He's proven love to you. And that's what it is for us. And so the only thing that stands in the way of self-love, I cannot say it enough, it's just to take that idea, excuse me, and know that the only time that I am not in love is when I'm scared. Scared, you ever been there? I was having such a good time until you came in. Till you came in and cybered me. I don't think we're even using the wrong word, but we're a little bit older. But basically what they did is they just came in and scared us. The bullies came in. Next time it happens, guess what I'm going to do if it happens again? Boo! Get out of here, boogeyman. You're not real. You're not real. You want to be real, but you're not real. So, here, who has ever read the autobiography of a yogi? Oh, yeah. So, I want to do an exercise with you about fear. The big F-bomb, fear. So, he had a practice that someone else, Reverend Mark Lord, shared it. And it's really simple. It's about when fear arises, and you might have heard this before, but we have a heart center here that broadcasts so much and it's got this incredible brain that has contact and no separation in the whole field, the pure potentiality. So when you get afraid, this is what he suggests, and then we'll do it together, but he says, here's our heart. You put your hand on your left shoulder. No, right. That's right to you. We're going like this. This is what we're going to do. Oh my God. I have to go back to school to get this one. Okay, so this is what it is. You put it onto this is my right. And because I want a nice, and you could do it either way, I would imagine, but this is the way that he did it. So you put your hand on your right shoulder, and this is what we were going to say together. Remove this fear from my heart radio. And so we do it, and I did it yesterday, like so many times, but so this is how it goes. Remove my fear from my heart radio. Remove my fear from my heart radio. Ooh, do you feel the tingle? Remove my fear from my heart radio. One more time. Remove my fear from my heart radio. And I would imagine, how does that feel? Because it's tingling, it's saying something's going on, and you know, we got all of this stuff, and it can be with anything, right? Remove my scarcity from my heart radio. Yeah. And you know, it has a power behind it. It's not just, you know, this or that. We just do it. So one more time, and then I'm getting out of here. Remove my fear from my heart radio. And so it is. And so it is. And as I develop my look, I just want all of you to be a part of that as I develop my new look. Right? All right. Thank you. Namaste.